Hey Facebook, hi TikTok, hi Instagram, hi YouTube. Of course, it's Coach Toy checking in on the ones and twos. It's been a minute, so we will make sure that we don't make it this long again. But before I get started, I just wanted to say for those of you who do not know me, my name is Coach Toy. I am the CEO and the Educational Director of ICC Life Coach Institute. Shout out to the feisty coaches. That's their name, the last graduates of ICC Life Coach Institute. They graduated on August 13th as Master Certified Professional Life Coaches. So we're in 9 countries and 31 states to date. I am excited to announce that we have more coaches that have come out to enhance their business and their skills and things of that nature. So I just wanted to jump on here for a minute and talk to you guys, like just us. And here is the problem that I have with a lot of people when they jump on the bandwagon as it relates to starting a business. And for a while, the LLC buzz was going around where so many people were, eagerly jumping into wanting to start an LLC. Hey, Coach. Hi, Lawrence. Start an LLC and blocking themselves one more time of something that they feel like they have to do in order to have a successful business. So I'm speaking from a place. I have had my own business, oh God, for 16 years now. And I have had a few successful six-figure coaching businesses that I've helped people across the globe enhance and monetize their businesses as well. So I was like, I need to come on here and really, really talk to you guys about what it takes, what you need, what you don't need in order to start a business, and a few steps that'll take you through, like something you can do today to get your business started. So number one, I do want you guys to realize you do know you only need a social security number to start a business. You can use your social security number as a sole proprietor to get it started. You don't need an LLC. You don't need a corporation. You don't need a nonprofit. You don't need any of those other entities to get started. What happens is you're going to automatically, once you start opening up those entities, you're going to have to automatically start owing the government money. You're going to have to be doing unnecessary filing of paperwork that you ordinarily would not have to do had you known it's called a sole proprietor when you are using your social security number. So this is how it works. So say you want to start a business doing eyelashes, just throwing something out there. You start marketing, you start advertising, you start branding, you start getting your clientele together and things of that nature. Well, when tax time roll around, what happens is you tell your tax preparer, I have started a business. They're going to ask you for your expenses. They're also going to ask you for your social security number, which they'll already have. The most you probably would need is an EIN, right, to make you legal. So the sole proprietorships give you the same benefits as all the other entities, if you will, in terms of specific tax benefits. But what it does not do is protect you in terms of your asset. But let's be real. When you first start out, you don't have a lot of assets anyway. Who starts out with $100,000 in the bank that they made from their business on day or year one? Let's be real. That's not realistic. It took me 5 years to make 6 figures and $85,000 later. I don't think people understand the grit and the grind that it takes to really make it successful. But the problem is most people stay stuck because they never get started. You stay stuck because you never get started. My goal today is to help you get started. So number one, you can start with your social security number. There's a couple of benefits with it. If you have children, and I want to be clear on this, you can literally have your children as a tax write-off at $12,500 per kid. So if they're stuffing envelopes, if they're doing your social media marketing, if they're traveling with you to help you set up and put down, you can literally write those kids off per kid $12,500 with the IRS. Number two, don't be afraid to spend money in your business. Keep in mind, you got to follow me. This is sole proprietorship. This is not LLC. This is not corporation, and we're not talking nonprofit. You can do some of the same things. So when you put money into marketing, branding, advertising, keep every receipt and write everything off. The government says if you are an employee working for someone, you are obligated to approximately 8 deductions. But if you are an employer or a business owner, you are automatically obligated to over 450 deductions. Think about that. So the government's saying if you don't help other people in terms of your services or hiring them out, guess what? I'm going to give you a tax break. See, the reason why Donald Trump wasn't having to pay taxes and stuff back is because he wrote everything off. Everything was in the business entity. But what I want you to understand is the benefit of it. A lot of people are afraid to put money into their businesses because they feel like they're losing, or I don't have, or I don't want to take out the 0% credit card, or I don't want to, ask, if you will, for an angel investor to help me, or whatever that thing is, because you are afraid that you will not get the money back. But I'm going to tell you, money, scared money and dead money don't make no money. You're going to have to put some money into your business. So as a sole proprietor, which is what I'm talking about today, that's where I started, and you can too. A lot of people start doing research on other entities, trying to figure it out, and you ain't even there yet, boo. It's almost like starting a relationship with somebody and y'all ain't even committed. You ain't there. So don't be stuck in thinking that you have to have a specific entity in order for you to get your business started. Number two, you got to be honest with where you are. If you don't have a business plan, and I actually have a business planning course, is from my online school. I'll drop the link later, that shows you how to structure your business. Get that business plan out of your head on paper so you get into action so you can start making your paper. Most people stay stuck because they don't know what to do. They don't know the first step. The first step is you don't stop getting into all these extra entities. Make sure you get your social security number and a good tax person, because I got a good tax person too. So the business plan is where you start. I remember listening to Les Brown, and Les Brown was talking about, the 3 things that you need, right, to be successful. The first thing he said is you need to change your mindset, right? You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you are. You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you are. So think about that. We tend to do things and desire things, if you will. And a desire is simply just something on the inside of you burning. An object will not move unless force is applied. So if you are an individual who want to be successful, you can't go off your wants. You got to be the thing that you want to be in order for you to get the thing that you want to get. Number 2, Les Brown said you need to develop your communication skills, because the moment that you open your mouth, that's who they meet. So if you're meeting a person who can't articulate their business, can't articulate their demographics, can't articulate their psychographics, can't articulate their marketing strategy, can't articulate the things that they offer, automatically it's a shutdown. So you got to realize the power of knowing what you do, who you target, and how you're going to do it, and what benefit and value you bring. The third thing to know is develop your communication skills. You got to develop those communication skills strongly. And then he also talked about the OQP, only deal with quality people. A lot of people, it's a lot of gurus out here that ain't really gurus. Start asking these people for their credentials. Start asking these people for success stories. Start asking these people for other people they can talk to who they said they've helped get to a certain level, that they help get to a certain level, to keep you from going around and around and around in circles and spending unnecessary money and unnecessary time with fake gurus who don't know what they are talking about, but they got a good game. They pad their pockets, but you're not getting any results. One thing about me, and 2 things for sure, I deal in integrity. Everything I do is integrity based. ICC Life Coach Institute is globally accredited through the International Coaching Federation. Everything I do is legit. I'm the education director. I'm an assessor for the ICF. I got an ACC credential. I got a PCC credential. I'm the education director of ICC. I created my own curriculum. I help other individuals start their own businesses. I got an online business school. And Google me. It's a lot of people you can't Google and see what they do. Another thing is, if you're already in the process of thinking about what type of business you want to start, you got to be honest with yourself. A lot of people think the Steve Harvey stories exist frequently. That's not true. That's fallacious. In terms of people walking out on faith and not really putting the time, the effort, and the energy and the research into what they need to do in order for their businesses to be successful. You cannot have a successful business with a hope and a prayer. You got to put some action behind that thing. You got to put some money behind that thing. You got to put some research behind that thing. You got to put some quality people behind that thing that can help you do the thing. Does that make sense? So I just came on here for a second just to let you guys know. Don't get stuck in all the pretty glittery thing and jumping on a bandwagon of what type of entity you need to start your business. If you want to start your business, number one, start out with a business plan. Everybody know that. Everybody that I'm talking to on this live who got a business burning inside of them, their baby ready to be birthed, it's time for it to come out. Now is the time. Y'all, we in the third quarter. Y'all started at the beginning of the year saying, oh, I'm going to start me a business. I want to walk off this job, work y'all tails off to get that little $2 raise and hope somebody recognize you enough to say you good enough for them to even give you the little $2 that you get on your check and you still struggling. When you can invest into your own self and in your own business, file it off on your taxes, get you $10,000 back in tax deductions by filing every dollar you spend, including your kids at $12,500 a piece. Because the government said it's almost like going to the grocery store and you buy your groceries and they tell you at the end of the year you can come back and get the money back that you spent on your groceries. Sounds logical to me. Start your business. Get your money back. It is not a flex to not get the money back that you spent back in taxes from the government. People running around, I pay X amount of dollars in taxes, like that's a parade. Baby, I'm trying to get every single dollar that I put back in taxes back and then some. So every dollar that I can get back in taxes, I want back. Period. It's your money and you should get it back too. So I end here. Number one, you got to be honest with yourself. I'm going to start over and I'm going to end. Be honest with where you are on your business starting journey. If you need help, I'll drop the link with my online business school, and you can, it's self-paced, where it can take you through a business plan. Number two, make sure you take the tips from Les Brown, right? He said, if you want to be successful, you got to change your mindset. You are not what you want out of life. You are who you are. You get what you are, not what you want. In other words, you got to act as if. When you act as if, you get that thing. So you can't fake numbers in the bank account. There's some stuff you got to do to put that money there in terms of your revenue. You can't fake weight loss on the scale. You can't fake them numbers. You got to act as if and do the things so you can get the success that you want. Number two, OQP. That's only deal with quality people. People that can truly help you and bring something back to the table as well so you can help them. And then the third thing that Les Brown talked about was developing your communication skills. Learn how to articulate what you do. Do the things that you need to do in order for people to understand who you are, what you do, what you offer, what value you bring, so that you can actually be successful and be consistent, right? And then don't get caught up in all of the entities, y'all. Make sure you understand that as a sole proprietor, you can actually have some of the same benefits. Now, when you start to grow and you start to get assets, then you can protect your business with an LLC. And keep one pro tip. If you get an LLC, make sure it's an LL corporation, because when the government have these grants and things of that nature, it's for people who have corporations. Not sole proprietorships. When they say small businesses, it's corporations. So if you want some of those dollars, you got to set your entity up properly. And did you know that the IRS, if you get audited, it is not protected if you don't have a corporation. So if they come after you and it's not a corporation, they can actually get your personal assets if you file as a sole proprietor. Now that's a pro tip. But again, as long as you do your taxes right, they'll leave you alone. So I just wanted to put that out there so you can understand the different entities. And then I wanted to give y'all a little bit of this. So understanding what demographics and psychographics are, and I'm gonna do a deep dive on that on one of my soon lives, not the next one, but I think I'm gonna break down the different entities on the next live so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. So when you think about demographics, that's like the statistical piece of your business. That's like the age, the gender, the income, the race, the location, and things of that nature of your targeted audience. But when you're thinking about psychographics, it's more like their personalities, their attitudes, what do they value, their interests, their lifestyles. So it's a difference between demographics and psychographics. So I want those who are current business owners and business owners to be to understand that there is a difference. And if you master those two things, the money will come. On that note, we are in the third quarter, heading into the fourth quarter. Start you a business expeditiously. Prepare to get your money back on your taxes. Spend all you need to spend to make it successful. Don't be afraid to do it, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be global in what I do. On that note, thank y'all so much for listening. I just wanted to come on here and just drop some nuggets for y'all. Tell a friend, tag a friend who wants to start a business, grow a business, or make money in their sleep. I am the CEO of ICC Life Coach Institute, Coach Toy, yes, in the building. Here to help you with your mind, mood, and your money. I'll see y'all next week. I'm attending TikTok. I'm logging on Facebook, Instagram, and all the other YouTube, all the other channels. Anyway, y'all have a good night. See y'all next week. In this broadcast.